Feliz Domingo, Radical Scientist. I hope when you're seeing this, you're rested with your loved ones, and abrigaditos, because I know that right now it's a little chilly. This is another Sunday update where I'm going to be giving our typical heads up messages regarding this next week, week 4. But today I also want to take some time to share a few words. I tried my best to discuss our political climate minimally, even though I think my political leanings are pretty apparent, only because in these stressful and uncertain times, what I'm most concerned about is our collective well-being, what's in our hearts, what's in our minds, what we're thinking, and what we need. And I want to appreciate you all for making time and space throughout this week to have conversations, to connect one another, to express how we're doing transparently, as well as the patience and understanding that we've all had to practice. To talk a little more explicitly now though, I know for a lot of undocumented and mixed status families like mine, this is a moment for us to breathe. And I'm thinking about you all and your families in what can I imagine is a moment of relief for our community. I know there's a lot of work to do. We've discussed some of those problems in that topic of environmental justice together, but I also know these past 4 years have been very stressful and at times, frankly, depressing. The society and the culture of this country at large has had issues exposed under incompetent, hurtful, harmful leadership that we cannot ignore if we are to ensure our low-income communities of color here in LA and across the nation move beyond a mentality of surviving and into thriving engagement to really have us celebrate ourselves, our people. And also this weekend, I sense that this is also a moment for celebration, taking some first steps away from constant frustration and into engagement to start enacting some of this change, some of the things that we've brought into our space together. So in respect with that, which I think is very, very valid, I extend my warmth, mis saludos to you and your families. As always, y'all, we cultivate the support needed to get through difficulties, as well as the most rigorous learning through connection. The same concern about how our friends are doing this past week is the same support that will help us continue our own work in this chemistry community. So as always, I just want to send you all some words to remind us that it continues to be as important as always to communicate, not just to me, but also with each other outside of class time, during class time, making sure that we're all feeling supported, understood, and heard. As challenging as long as this year has been, we still have each other to make the best out of our times together. And I continue to be optimistic about the memories and growth that we will all be cultivating together. I'll be communicating the next few days to talk more directly about ways that we can continue challenging ourselves and improving our grades. But just know that I'm doing so with the question, the one question on my mind: what can I, Mr. Giovanni, do to better support you to attend to those challenges? I continue having high expectations of y'all, and I remind you that above anything else, estoy aquí para servir. So with that, real quick, couple of reminders. One, please remember that today, take at most 10 minutes to watch that Edpuzzle Level 1 assignment. This is our way to engage with the things that we'll be looking into and potentially useful for some of our activities later. 2, this is more for period 2. Remember that if you are getting a message from me today, I am expecting you to be on our Zoom call at 9:30 in the morning in order to have that intervention tutoring. This is of course for tutoring for students who are below a B. So if you have a C or lower, at this moment you are required to start attending these tutorings. And this week it's period 2. So period 2, you'll be getting a message from me. You'll know if you have to attend in order for you to be there at 9:30 for about half an hour together. Period 6, of course, y'all don't have to do this. I'll give you more of an explicit heads up as the weeks come by. But I am encouraging you still, if you're getting a message from me, to start attending our office hours in order for us to, I know it's crazy, but we are coming into week 4 of 8 to make sure that we have a plan at length for making sure we have the best possible grades for this class. And 3, finally, a reminder that folders are starting to switch as we transition from week to week. Week 2's folder is now under that archive section all the way at the bottom of our Schoology materials page, and the week 3 folder is moving right above that, so that if you still need to do things from this past week, they're there, more easier to find. But again, this is for that we can really focus on the things we'll be doing in our time together starting tomorrow. As always, please send a message if you need anything from me throughout this weekend. If you still want to catch up, talk briefly, if there's anything I can do. I know these continue to be challenging times, and I do this to making sure that you still are getting the opportunity to learn and to really make the most out of our time together. But of course, I want to be understanding, I want to be flexible, I want to very much be respectful of your circumstances and your capacities. So as long as we're communicating, y'all, there shouldn't be any problem. But as always, have a wonderful weekend. Again, please send your saludos to your families, to your loved ones. And as always, stay radical, y'all.